what would you say? Are there any specific relationship building activities? I'm not suggesting like, trust falls with the family or anything like that, but like, are there any kind of relationship building activities or how to include the parent as part of the process as much as they have the capacity for? Because here we also have two very different stories, right? Amanda, you're like, all right, I'm going to learn how to be a behavioral therapist and I'm going to get down and do the work with him 30, 40 hours a week. And Melanie, you're like, man, I'm a nurse working night shifts. I'm making the money for our family and my husband's keeping things together. And they're, I'm from this so many decades ago, gosh, like forever ago. But like, I think I remember you like needing to sleep during sessions, right? Sleep during the day while sessions were going on. Right. And so, so so first of all, no judgment. Like we, as clinicians, should come in and look at this as just different stories and different families, cultures, and no judgment of one mom is better than the other mom, or which we tend to kind of get in that spot sometimes, right? But what kind of relationship building can we do alongside of the family and the child and the parents and the siblings, and to be able to help people feel included? Is there anything beyond just conversation? I guess is what I'm kind of going for here.
Oh gosh. So yeah, you run into it like, because it's difficult because you become kind of like a pseudo therapist for the parents because they're going through a lot of trauma. It's really difficult. It's really important to listen because if someone cuts you off and says, well, that's not my role, it's hurtful.
Yeah.
Because these people are already isolated. So you listen and then you can ask questions like, have you, say if a child, won't put on their clothes, stays nude the entire day at home, and they can't have people come over, then I'll listen to that. And it's got to be really tough. And then I say, well, do you ever, because I know you're a single parent, do you ever take your child to the store? And they say, yes. I'm like, do they put their clothes on then? Yes. I said, okay, we know what they'll put their clothes on for. There must be something about this that they enjoy. And we break things down and then we come up with, if they want to take them to the store, how we can create those sorts of opportunities, if they work. Looking non-linearly, like what are all the different variables in the home, in the family that can really work for the child. So kind of pulling out those times when things work out, then that's how I can focus it back to being kind of behavior analytic. But also, another thing that I liked, and I pull from my experiences that I enjoyed with my child, is whenever in a program, if we could work on motor skills. And I learned this from a behavior analyst that was working with my son. And I had no idea he was so delayed in his motor skills until another behavior analyst had noticed his handwriting. She was working with him for math, and she's like, well, his handwriting's very off. So we went to another behavior analyst that understood motor skills. Well, let me tell you, it opens up the world. You can build a relationship with someone if you work on motor skills systematically. And that, I loved it. So what I've done is whenever we can, we'll incorporate this thing called the Big 6+6 motor skills kind of things, and just, little things you can be that the child enjoys. The parents could work just for a few minutes a day with their child if they want to. Little things like, this is from the behavior analyst that work with Andrew. And then I started using it with, other clients. Have 2 boxes, working on reach, grab, placing, releasing, and doing that with the child, reaching for something, grabbing it, placing it, releasing it. And then you're working on these different goals that are going to work with handwriting, dressing, all these things. But while you're doing it, the child starts to pay attention to the parent. And also another thing that I would do, and this is probably too wordy, is make sure we have our signals are really clear. So when we're working together with our kid, we have a specific signal where we're about to start and when it's over. And it's brief kind of loops where we play, then we work, we play, then we work. But I always, ever since this one behavior analyst that worked with my son, I like to start with motor skills. It is super fun. And usually even a very challenging child gets into it and they enjoy it. But that's a good way to build connections with your child. And then you can move from there to do more complex things.